Okay. Hello, guys. Good
Hello,
evening.
good
Hi,
evening.
Kajal.
And we are back again on Zoom. Of course, I want to introduce both you lovely ladies. So, we have Ellaeenah Nilofer, who is, of course, an amazing energy intuit, a transformational coach, Bach flower practitioner, Ho'oponopo practitioner, and lots more. And then, of course, we have the lovely Jogita. Jogita is
Hi, everyone.
also a Bach flower practitioner, a Ho'oponopo practitioner, and does amazing work with angel energies, right, in terms from healing and facilitating a whole load of other positivities into people's lives. So
Thank you,
I'm
Kajal.
going. I I am now very excited to understand a little more about this new workshop that you both have planned, which is called Tapping into Life Life Power, right?
Tapping into your life
Your
path.
life power. So, why? First of all, how did you both decide that this was important or the need of the hour, and why have you named it so?
I think through COVID and now even after that, what we have realized is due to the many different conflicts that people have gone through, not only money, not some have lost people, some have had personal issues, some have still not recovered from the aftermath of COVID, where their organs are still acting up. There are so many things over the last 3 years that every one of us has experienced. And Jogita and I, as individual healers in our own spaces, we find in our clients and also in our friend circle, in our family circles, we found a lot of people feeling disempowered. Before COVID, somehow people had kind of come back into a sense of, self assuredness and confidence, but all that seems to be chipping away. And we've been talking about it. We've been discussing about the lack of faith that has taken place because, in spite of prayer and whatever, people have lost their loved ones and, they faced problems. So there is such a feeling of despondency in so many. There is a feeling of disempowerment. And we realize that this is happening because there is such a strong focus upon the negative. Not to judge anyone, this is normal. I mean, as human beings, when we go through something, of course our focus is going to go to the problems. But Kajal, as well as we do, that where energy goes, reality flows.
Mm.
So when our energy is focused upon the negative, we are only attracting more and more of the negative. And the disempowerment, therefore, is getting even greater. And what is being lost in the bargain is this one inviolable fact that each one of us within us, we hold the key to our happiness. We hold the key to our health. We hold the key to our harmony. And because our focus sadly is going on to the problems that we are facing, this inner key is getting lost.
Mm.
And we want to bring people back to that firm belief that it begins with me, it ends with me. Our problems, our challenges are part and parcel of our soul journey. However much you and I, Kajal, may pray, we may chant, we may affirm, we may do switch words, we will do ho'oponopono, we will do everything. But the challenges that our soul, that is us, we have chosen for ourselves in this soul journey, those challenges have to come because through the challenges we grow, through the challenges we get empowered. So Jogita and I want to help people to tap into their life power again. Actually, that life power is their soul power, is that divine spark. And we want to help them shift. We don't want them to wear rose colored glasses and say, oh, everything is honky dory in my life. Not at all. We acknowledge the challenges, but we shift our focus from those challenges to the resources that we have within us to overcome those challenges. And the universe is so, so, so kind that it brings to us so many different tools that can help us to touch and reconnect with that life power. And that is why tapping into your life power.
Jogita, do you want to add?
Yeah, that was lovely, actually, the explanation. But I think, our mantra has constantly become now since COVID and since many of the guidances we've received that it is not happening to me, it is happening for me. So we're literally coming from that space. Like, how do you use everything that you already have? And that is so easy to access simple things like backflow remedies or some affirmations and things which can make the difference in your everyday life. I've told you time and again that I believe that wellness is not just an absence of illness. It is how you feel, how you wake up, how you sleep, how you eat, how you drink. Are you positive? Are you happy? Are you hopeful? So we want to tap into that. And what better way than tap into it with your own personality? Like, your personality creates your personal reality. So as children, I remember Linda Goodman, and I remember turning to that paper every day to see what is my sun sign saying today. What is my this thing going to be? What is my day going to be like? What is my week going to be like? So we're literally tapping into that. This is your sun sign, your moon sign, your Chiron, your ascendant. You have this power, and let's see how we can make it work.
Perfect. Because, so many times we get this question, no, when you read something about your particular sun sign, and then you say, but this didn't happen to me today, you know. So it's very difficult to explain people who don't understand energies. It's a very generic reading, and you only should take what really resonates and works for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
You just mentioned a word or a phrase, sorry, soul journey and your soul blueprint. So what is soul journey? What is the soul blueprint, and how are they different?
So, first of all, what we need to understand is that the soul that I am sheds its clothes on a regular basis. Very much like the snake that sheds its skin and gets into a new skin. The soul is eternal. The soul doesn't die and can never die. The reason is the soul is divine. It is not mortal. It is not human. But the soul, for the purpose of growth, for the purpose of evolution, takes on and wears different clothes. When it wears one set of clothes, it decides, why am I wearing this set of clothes? For example, if today I have worn this kajal, it's because I felt colorful. It's because I wanted the radiance of color right now. I didn't feel like black. I didn't feel like white. I wanted a little bit of a pop. And so I chose this dress, and I chose to wear this scarf over it, and I chose my earrings. So there is a reason, right? Our soul also chooses its clothes, which is the human body, for a particular reason. That reason of this lifetime, which we call a lifetime, for the soul, it's only akin to, I'm going to change these clothes at the end of the day. For the soul, it's going to change its clothes at the end of its soul day, right? But during that day, just as you and I have a plan, and our clothes must align with that plan. Now, suppose if I was going for a funeral today, and if I had worn this, it would be completely inappropriate.
Right.
Right? So our clothes have to align with our plan. The soul chooses the body to align with its plan. How do you and I know this plan?
This is the
We know
blueprint.
this plan through the soul blueprint.
Okay.
Now, I am not an astrologer, and I want to make that very clear. I don't know anything about traditional astrology at all, Kajal. What I have been taught by my cosmic master JadeFire is how to read the Western natal chart, not Vedic, the Western natal chart from a completely soul point of view. I have been taught to read, okay, if your sun, like I know your sun is in Scorpio, what does it mean from the soul point of view? And if my sun is in Cancer, what does it mean from the soul point of view? Jogita's sun is in Capricorn. Why have you, me, and Jogita, why have we taken these sun signs? It's not some ad hoc random. Everything is random. So the soul journey is that period where the soul remains in one set of clothes. And the purpose behind that journey is the soul blueprint. Again, the universe is so merciful and has so much grace. It knows that our human mind does not remember what the soul has chosen and why the soul has chosen. But it wants it to become a part of our awareness. It becomes a part of our awareness through this soul-based soul blueprint. Your astrological chart, I read it according to natal Western method, and that tells you where each of your planets are, but that's not important. Why are they there?
That is important.
What are the lessons that these planets are telling you to learn? What are the strengths they give you? For example, Kajal, when I was a teacher and I taught the students, I knew that for some of them, let us say, English literature and Shakespeare was very difficult. It was a challenge, right? Because let us say their family background didn't have Shakespeare as part of their growing up. Suddenly, Shakespeare is introduced to them. The first thing I have to do as a teacher is to make the child have faith that in spite of not knowing anything about Shakespeare earlier, I have these strengths. And I can use those strengths and learn Shakespeare and excel at it. And that is what the soul blueprint does for us.
Okay. So, anything you want to add, Jogita?
No, it's just very empowering again, and we want to emphasize here that everything in life has two faces. Maybe your sun sign brings to you positive qualities, and it also brings to you certain challenges which go with that positive personality. Your moon sign, your ascendant, the Saturn that we fear, but we are here to understand and to share that each one of this role that this personality or this role whatever we've chosen is actually also adding to our strength. It's here to empower you. We've chosen it with soul wisdom, so we need to really go down the path of knowing that, okay, how can I use the strength of a Capricorn to help me with what I have chosen to clear in this lifetime, and how can we do it easily and flow with life. We don't want to make this very complicated. It's not complicated. It's easy.
Because I feel that every zodiac, sun sign that you are, it comes with certain fixed
qualities,
inner qualities. Like I think long time back, you and I had done a live session where you had said that inherently cancers are nurturing. Inherently. Scorpions are inherently forever just rising. It's like, nothing.
And
nothing
looking for their answers.
Always. It's a quality and a trait. So, of course, now with so many years of, knowing all of you and doing whatever little bit of energy work that I do, I can see that happening. in different, like I can now I see that I want to know more of certain topics, which, so, okay. So coming to back to the workshop, is having your soul blueprint ready a requirement or a prerequisite
No,
for
no,
this
no, no,
workshop?
no. Not for this workshop at all, Kajal.
Okay,
Not
okay,
at all for this workshop. If
okay,
those, they don't have their soul blueprint, right?
okay,
They
yeah,
just have to email me their
okay,
time, place, and date of birth, and
okay,
I will create their Western natal chart, and
okay,
I will inform them about the various positions.
okay, fine,
And that is done at no extra cost.
okay, perfect, okay. Now, because both of you practice Bach and practice it, have been doing it for many years now, how is a sun sign connected to Bach therapy? I
And
mean,
then
first of all, is there a
first.
connection? Is there a connection? And if it is,
Yeah.
how is the connection? Like, are there
So
special
we
remedies for special signs? Yeah.
Yeah, so it can't be in isolation, Kajal. I can't say that because you're a Scorpio, this is your remedy, and as a Capricorn, I will only take oak, and as a Cancerian, L only needs like this remedy. What we're trying to establish here is that these are the strengths coming from your sun. These are the strengths coming from your moon. These are the strengths the Saturn, which is in transit right now, is adding to you, because we consider Saturn as a whipper. Oh my God, Saturn is heavy. Now 9 years, nothing is going to go right in my life, and this and that. Then we also looking at moon signs, which are your emotions. We're also looking at the Chiron moons, which you've come with. What we want to establish with Backflow remedies here is there is a very simple, effective, easily available, reasonable tool that you can use with this knowledge of what is my inherent power, what is my inherent so-called challenge that I've come with. And if for example, as a Capricorn, if I am the patriarch of the zodiac and I am stubborn and I am set in my ways, if those are the attributes I think I have, then maybe an oak and maybe a willow will help me to go through life with little more flexibility, not being as stubborn as my sign pushes me to be. If my moon sign, for example, is in Sagittarius, then what is that telling me about me and my emotions, and how can I balance it? And it's not that jab bhi crisis ho gaya, ya, you don't always need a rescue remedy. You can also need a little walnut and a little larch just to give you a positive boost. Like for me and for Elle, Bakla remedies are not something of a crisis medicine we go to. It is something we get up in the morning, and just like she wore the scarf, she will decide today this is my mood and today this is the remedy I will. So to gently flow through life, to accept and to progress, to fuel
Okay.
our growth.
Okay. So, in this particular workshop, as you just mentioned, that the registered person that wants to be a part of the workshop, they will send you an email with their date of birth and time of birth, I would think, and also the place.
Yes,
There's the
yes.
place info and the place. So, based on that, you will create a blueprint for them, and in that blueprint you will inform them basically about the various positions
Yeah.
and enough information that they can go through this workshop easily,
Very easy.
very easily, right? Okay. So everybody that
And one thing I
eventually,
want to add here, Kajal, people need to understand one very important thing about Bakfla remedies. The word remedy, I feel, is a bit misleading. I'll tell you why. Generally, when we use the word remedy, we are thinking instantly of setting something wrong right.
right, right,
Dr. Bach never attempted to do that.
okay,
His focus was on adding something positive to your life. So, for example, being a Cancerian mom, when my son went abroad last year, this Cancerian mom who then thought, oh my God, now I have no son to nurture right now, right? Because he's many miles away. I went into anxiety mode. There was a bit of despondency. There was trying to emotionally cling to him, right? So through the process, it has been bark flower that helped me to handle the change with walnut. It helped me to go through this process, to flow with the process, but to flow with faith. So with rock water. Then there was anxiety. How is he? Will he be okay? Will he be safe? Will he, find his fulfillment? So with that anxiety, then there was aspen to allay my anxiety. So bark is not about being sick. Bark is not about being in some huge crisis mode. It's the crisis mode is definitely great, and bark will help you with that. But bark flower, as Jogita has said, it's about your everyday wellness. That end result of, let us say, diabetes, because of so many years of joylessness. Right? That end result of any XYZ disease is because of so many years of emotional buildup. So Dr. Bach was of the opinion that if every day you take an appropriate bark remedy or a mix of them, what he desired, what he found was true, is that you keep adding positive energies into you. As you add positive energies into you, the bark remedies gently push out the negative energies. And that is how bark works. So if I know that as a Cancerian, this is my strength, then I take the remedies that enhance my strength.
That strength. Exactly.
And as soon as they do that, the innate, let me use the word flaws, although that's not an appropriate word at all, the innate flaws of Cancerians is gently weeded out. Because what I'm doing is, when there are two scales, I am upping the positive, pushing the negative away from me. Now my focus is not a negative bias, but a positive one.
You know what you're doing actually?
Reality flows.
You know what you're doing actually? In digital marketing, we call this search engine optimization.
Okay, so we are doing from now on search engine optimization. We have no idea what that means, but that's what we are
doing. I'll tell you, online reputation management, when somebody is searching for Kajal, and let's say I've gone to jail, then my first thing, that's my negative reputation. So what will an ORM specialist tell me? Please create articles which highlight your positives, which I will upload, and then I will optimize those so that the negative is out of Google and the positive stays.
Amazing. But bark does not hide the negative. Bark says, yes, this is the negative. Right?
But it enhances your positive.
If I am irritable, you know me, Kajal, for many years. My greatest weakness is irritability, and I need crab apple. Right? So the irritability is not blind. I'm not blind to the irritability, but I am using crab apple to bring in a sense of wholeness, feeling good about myself, feeling good about the world, feeling good about the situation, and therefore there's no irritability.
Right. Yeah, so you're basically you're using the bark, infusing the bark remedies into your system to enhance your positives so much that the negatives even is there, but they are not as visible or all.
That's right. And so when we are making this connection between the soul blueprint and the bark remedies, that's what we are doing. We are enhancing the strengths of your sun sign, enhancing the strengths of your moon sign, ascendant, whatever.
And that is why tap into your life power.
That's
correct. In fact, in Dr. Bach's word, he himself said that when your personality is in alignment with your soul, that's when you will experience perfect health.
Yes.
So it's basically just bringing those two into alignment.
Okay. So Jogita, you mentioned Saturn, right? As a tarot reader, I get this a lot. Am I in doing what is Saturn going to do to me? And I said nothing.
Yeah.
If you have not done anything, it will not do anything to you. It's simple. Saturn is it's your karmic planet, right? It is just giving you the reaps and benefits of your thing. But Saturn is in transit right now, and that's a very big astrological phenomenon that everybody is talking about today. I mean, there are three topics going on in the last 2 weeks. One is a Saturn transit, one is today's solar eclipse, combined with the potent new moon, right? So,
and Saturn is transiting in Pisces.
Yeah.
So bringing out old wounds.
Yes, yeah, it is. It happened to me today, which I will separate conversation with you later. So, what is the importance of this Saturn transit? And how is it going to be important when you do the workshop 29th of April, 28th of April, 6th of May, and 13th of May. It's over 3 days.
Yes.
3 modules basically. That's what we are going to do. So how is this transit going to be important when you actually are telling people to tap into the Saturn, or to tap into the, to understand Saturn?
Saturn is the teacher. The teacher who's a disciplinarian. Right? Saturn does not have the ability to say, come, do this. Now be a good girl. Let's address this problem. Saturn will stand there and say, Elle, this is the issue. This is the lesson you've got to learn. Now open your book to page 78 and let's learn it together.
Right.
People get concerned because Saturn uses a disciplinary tone of voice. But when Saturn does that, it's doing it because its only motive, Saturn's only agenda, Kajal, and I wish more and more people would understand this, only agenda that Saturn has is your happiness, is your well-being, is your evolution. Like when I was a teacher, Kajal, for 32 years, my only agenda was that every child should perform to the best of their potential. And then there were kids who did not. And with them, I was strict. With those who performed to their best potential, I didn't have a reason to be strict. So when Saturn is a little bit strict to you, it's only because it's saying,
for your good.
Not learning the lesson. You are standing in your own way. And this is what we are going to address in the workshop. How am I standing in my way? And if I am standing in my way, in a way that I don't know, because very often, Kajal, we really don't know that we are self-sabotaging. We don't know that, right?
It's a very common thing.
Exactly. And if I don't know that I'm standing in my way, and someone says, hey, you're standing in your way, they'll look at me and say, what am I doing? How am I doing that? In this workshop, through your soul blueprint, we are going to explain how you're going to stand in your way, how you are standing in your way. We all are. And how Saturn, through your natal position and today's transit position, what is Saturn asking you to do? What is Saturn drawing your attention to? It may be saying, hey, Elle, you're standing in your way by not having greater courage. Now, once I know that, I go, I am being ruled by fear.
Right.
Which is something that Cancerians do without even realizing.
Right.
We operate out of fear.
I
But
agree.
as soon as Saturn points that out to me, I say, oh my God, yes. Thank you, Dr. Bach. I'm going to take Mimulus and Aspirin immediately. Now, what does that do? It infuses the positive, fearlessness, courage, bravery, faith. As soon as these positive energies come into me, the fear is gently dissolved. And then Saturn says, hey, buddy, go enjoy yourself. Now you're not standing in your way. In fact, as a teacher, I'll give you not 5 stars, I'll give you 7 stars because you've done so well. So you see, Saturn is not this malefic that people talk about. It's really my best friend. It tells me, how am I standing in my way? And I don't think any of us want to stand in our own way.
So I have 2 questions on Saturn. One is, does this transit that is going through right now in Pisces, does it affect Saturn born people a lot more than those who are not born under Saturn?
No, Kajal. First of all, for someone like Scorpio, like you, your ruling sign is Saturn, correct? So, because of your natal position, which we will discuss, let us say, in the Sun module,
right?
Saturn would give you a certain message. Now, because it's in the Sun, it becomes very, very, very important that you listen to Saturn, because it's telling you that the sun is today, present, lifetime, is very important for this particular reason. Then you look at, where is your Saturn in Pisces today? Now, this Saturn in Pisces will help you in also reaching your goal of Scorpio Sun.
Got it.
So that way we draw the correlationship.
Okay. Second question is, for this particular workshop, do you recommend that you should have previous knowledge about Bach flower, or again not required?
Not at all required. Not at all required, because our expert is here. Jogita explains Bach flower better than anyone I know. So in every workshop, even though I am a Bach flower practitioner myself, in every workshop, the explanation of Bach flower, I leave to Jogita. She explains it better than anyone I know.
That's like my best friend. So previous information about Bach is welcome, but it's not necessary, because we are going to explain the remedies in relation to your particular sun, moon, this, that, etc. And we're also going to give you a generic information about the Bach, which they can later, like if they wish to do the full workshop, they're most welcome to. But we'll give all relevant information in this workshop as well.
So basically, this particular workshop, there are no prerequisites. You can just be as nascent as somebody who has probably not had any understanding of any modalities or anything.
There is only one requirement: your commitment to yourself.
Okay.
That's it. Only that and nothing else.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the most difficult thing to do anyway.
Yeah.
So, sun signs, moon signs, ascendants, all of that information is so easily available now. Yeah. You put in your time of birth and date of birth, and the whole thing just comes up, right? On various sites.
I use astro.com.
Yeah, it's very good. Even I use the same one. So not even this information is a prerequisite. Like, as long as I know what my sun sign is,
I'm going to do for them. I'm not telling them go to astro.com. I'm saying you give me the information. I will go there for you. I will do the chart. I will give you the information.
Okay, fine. Now, very quickly, give me 5 reasons why anybody should be doing this workshop.
Come on,
5. Don't give me more.
From the beginning, we gave you so many reasons. Firstly,
no. 5 quick reasons.
5, because you need to learn to love yourself more. You need to use your strength to empower yourself more. Backflow remedies are going to be your lifelong friends. They're easily available. They're easy to understand. They're cheap. They're not expensive. And they are completely no side effects. So you need to understand that this is a lovely tool to have. Fourthly, our workshops are very interesting and lots of fun. Absolutely. We are very excited about this because, believe it or not, Elle and I have done this entire homework. We've actually worked it out for ourselves.
Yes.
We've understood that it makes sense. What is my sun sign? What is my moon sign? What are the remedies coming up for me? We've gone through it. We've experimented. We've had the remedies. And then we are coming with a sure shot guarantee that it will make sense if you want it to.
We've not only worked on ourselves with this method, we've worked on our clients with this method.
And it's made a huge
And
difference, I'm sure.
we've seen the way that has made a difference.
Sure. So, of course, you and Jogita have been doing workshops in different areas, different topics, different modalities now for many years as individual practitioners and of course also together. How would you say that tapping into your life power, this whole new module that you have now come up with, is different from the others that you have done? And actually, what you did tell me in the beginning that recent times are such that people have forgotten to actually tap into the own power that they have. They've forgotten what they are all about. So, of course, that is one very big reason. But is this very different from all the other workshops that you have done?
It's not very different. It's deeper. It's at a at a far deeper level where there is a deeper level of self-awareness. But that deeper level of self-awareness for Jogita and me must translate in some way to a deeper level of adding and enhancing to someone else's life as well. Okay. It's empower yourself and then please empower others.
Okay. So now I just very quickly want to give enough information to everybody that's going to be watching this video as to I'm going to just readdress the dates once again. So the date, it's a three module workshop over a period of 3 days, 1 day every week.
Yes.
Starting, and it's a Friday, I'm assuming. So
it is a Friday. The
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. So it's Friday, the 28th of April. It's Saturday, the 6th of May, and it is Saturday, the 13th of May. So these are the 3 days. And as Elle said, that the only required prerequisite besides registering yourself is to be committed to doing and completing the module. What is it that you're going to provide in the workshop?
We are going to send them detailed notes. We are going to do this on Zoom. So each module is going to be for 3 hours.
Okay.
It's not only going to be discussion, and that is very important. We are going to together sit and actually work at the strengths and what to develop.
Right.
We are going to ask ourselves some very deep questions. We have created questionnaires which is going to help them. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss how to take it forward. And we've broken this up into 3 modules like that, 1 week apart, for this reason. The first module is Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Right. Once you know that, you spend those 7 days assimilating that information, understanding that information, looking at yourself with a fine-tooth comb, and also taking the bark.
Right.
Because bark is available freely, and as soon as you register for the workshop, we'll give you a few numbers and addresses where you can get it. Right? Okay. But if you merely Google search your city, wherever you are in the world, you will get these remedies. You get them online on Amazon also. Now they are that famous and that
that popular. Yes.
And then the second module we do is Saturn, where again the process is the same. A lot of self-introspection. And then the third module is on Chiron. So there is this whole, let's learn, let's assimilate, let's apply. Let's learn some more and then proceed.
Okay. And you're doing this on Zoom, so I take it that you will have the video available then on your channel. If somebody wants to go back and revisit it after
101%, but it will be available only to those who attended the workshop, because there can be in these workshops, Kajal, a lot of Sometimes a lot of
Personal.
private information is shared, not only by the participants, even by Jogita. We also share our personal information, which will help you. And that has to remain confidential and a sacred space.
Okay. So I think we have all the information out there. I just need for you to tell me. So how does one register for this? We will provide them. You will give them a link to a registration
it's
form.
On my website, JadeFireLight.com. There is this masterclass, but I will give you the link, Kajal. And of course, I'll provide the link to anyone else who's also interested.
Okay. So everyone that's watching this video, we've tried to answer some basic questions about the workshop, about how you can be a part of it, which I really, really strongly suggest that everybody that can should be a part of it. We did not discuss the energy exchange. So do you want to just give a highlight on how much
it's all written on the website?
On the website?
Yes.
Okay. So everyone, please visit Elle's website, which is JadeFireLight.com. There will be a pop-up or a particular area where you'll be able to read about the masterclass. Register for it, attend it, and I'm sure that she'll be very happy to learn from. Get your feedback on how it went. It only helps us improve and give you better. Do better stuff with all of you. So go out there, register. We will also share the link on. It will be there on my socials. It will be there on Jogita's socials. It will also be there on Ellaeenah's socials. So if all of you are following either one or all of us on social, you'll find this link there. Should you have any questions, please drop in a message to us on whichever platform that you see this, and we'll be happy to answer your queries. But all the best to both of you. I'm so sorry I will not be able to attend this because I'm traveling in those days. But I'm hoping that you have a second session and then I can join the workshop.
Absolutely.
And so thank you. I'm happy that I was able to answer all of these questions. And we'll see you. All the best for your workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, I'm sure that you'll rock it. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Bye.
everyone.
Take care. Big
Bye. Good night.